Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Elder Sign Omens. In the last episode, we had our reckoning at Rylai, where a new group of investigators, who were a little less dead, took on Cthulhu for round 2 and sent him and his city back to the bottom of the sea where they belonged. Now we move on to the next challenge, the Dark Pharaoh, the avatar of Nyarlathotep, the herald of the outer gods and voice of Azathoth. This is going to be a 3-part adventure, but it doesn't take place in the museum. It all takes place in Egypt. And we'll also have additional allies to assist us on rolls. And trust me, we're going to need all the help that we can get. So let's get our investigators. Now, when I'm going to go ahead and do this random choice, if any of them show up who have been killed during that round 1 with Cthulhu, I'm just going to re-roll until we get a group of investigators who have no dead people in them. Daryl died during round 1 with Cthulhu, so we'll have to re-roll. Okay, looks like we're good. We've got Lola Hayes. Once per term, Lola may spend 2 trophies to refresh 1 green glyph that was used or discarded. Bob Jenkins. Whenever Bob gains 1 or more common items, he receives 1 extra common item. Now we have Leo Anderson. We actually got him for beating Cthulhu. Leo gains 1 extra trophy each time he succeeds at an adventure. Kind of a treasure hunter kind of vibe to him. And our boy Joe Diamond. After using a clue token, Joe may conjure glyphs a 2nd time for free. So it's a decent group. We should be able to do well. And let's proceed to Cairo.
My fellow passengers on the train from Port Said to Cairo made for pleasant company, but as we neared our destination, I began to long for a private cabin. Once more, I carefully opened the box in my hands, revealing the priceless artifact contained within, the shining trapezohedron. It was still safe, despite my growing sense of paranoia. My friend, the renowned Egyptologist Dr. Charles Prattley, had contacted me at the museum in Arkham, where the trapezohedron had been recently placed. Prattley claimed that this artifact was the key to unlocking an undiscovered tomb of great historical significance, and that I should bring the trapezohedron to Cairo with all deliberate haste and secrecy.
Alright, so you get kind of a gist of what's going on. By the way, the whatever it's called, the trapezohedron or whatever, looks a lot like the Dark Crystal. And that guy right there doesn't he have a face that you can trust? Yeah, I bet he's not going to turn on us when it's convenient for him. So here we are in Cairo, and you can see this guy right here. What's going to happen here is if we beat this, we gain this guy's services, and he'll move up to one of these 2 slots. And those are the allies who will help us along this quest. But first things first, we've got Street Prophet for a midnight effect. The wild-eyed man roared his message of impending doom. It seemed that the rants of madmen were a universal constant, as unsettling here in Cairo as they were back in Arkham. At midnight, doom +1. Looks pretty easy, though. There's our 3 investigation. And there's our terror. And our investigation. So we'll get a common item and a clue. Now, the stuff here in Cairo is going to be relatively easy. The purpose of the Cairo phase is to gather as much gear as possible. Alright, Bob. What would be good for you? Master of Amulets, Shadows Out of Time, Treasures of the Past, Night Job, Facts Not Truth. Now, if we gain him, we can use the ally and spend 2 trophies to reconjure glyphs. So basically a clue for 2 trophies. So that's awesome. And Out of the Way. Terror, -1 stamina. So I think what we'll do, since we have the gear with Bob, is we're going to try for Facts Not Truth. We're going to try and get this guy, who looks slightly Lovecraftian, kind of Lovecraft Harry Potter, to help us. We use the 45 automatic and the Ruby of Rylai. And we didn't get this one, but we can go ahead and use that 3 investigation. Now we need a peril and 6 investigation for this. And we got it. Good stuff. Glad we used those glyphs. So we gained him and got 2 trophies. I believe the explanation on him, I forgot to look at that, sorry, was he had a big library. Now it's time for... What's his name? Mr. Anderson. And what came up out of that? Dark Heart of Cairo. 2 unique items. That looks pretty easy. But we're gonna go with... We're gonna go with Night Job. Oh, that looks disconcerting. In the dark, I could not identify the figures that lurched after me, but it was clear that something knew I was in Cairo and did not want me to leave there alive. We will use the knife to gain the yellow glyph, and we need a peril. Very good. Now we'll need 2 perils in 1 roll. Discard that glyph, roll again. There we go. And now we just need 1 investigation. For 2 yellow glyphs and 2 red glyphs and 3 trophies. Good job, Leo. There's a private party. Welcome, Joe. You're not wearing the right gear for this desert climate. Now we need something with a clue. Because clues are Joe's bread and butter. Out of the way. Treasures of the past. And a private part. Oh, yep, that's it. 2 clues right there. That looks like Humphrey Bogart, the Casablanca vibe. Although displeased by my intrusion, the guest of the party dully listened to my tale and considered my plea for help. So, I don't think we need the dynamite for that, for the red glyph. Let's get the lore and 5 investigation. And 2 clues and 4 trophies. I really wish we had done that with Leo. That's okay. Okay, another companion has shown up. We can take a max of 2. Dr. Prattley arrives tomorrow and will lead your party into the desert. Collect allies and equipment until he arrives, so no midnight effect. This is, like I said, this is just an equipment run. We need some unique items, so we'll send Lola here to the seedy side of Cairo. The oldest part of the city is an unnavigable labyrinth. I knew that any sort of threat, mundane or fantastical, could lurk around the next corner. Ew. That was unfortunate. Let's go ahead and use a clue. There we go. That's better. Let's do the peril and the lore, because investigation's easier to get. We'll lock the investigation and hope for 2 perils out of this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that other clue. Nope. Failed. It's alright, just 1 health. It's not that bad. That could be far worse. Hello, Bob. Because she has those health items as well. Alright, Bob, you definitely need some common items. Because that's your thing. Let's do out of the way. That'll give you a clue and 2 commons. Beep beep. My driver slumped forward in his seat, the weight of his lifeless body slamming down on the accelerator. Ooh, I'm in a car crash. And the terror effect here is -1 stamina, so we need 4 investigation. Yo! We're not getting it. Let's try that again. And let's really hope that we get a 2 or a 3. Oh, we failed it. Man. Alright. Things aren't looking good here right off the bat. This is supposed to be the easiest part of the level. But Leo is well equipped for what's ahead. He needs some magic items, though. So... let's do Treasures of the Past. Oh, it's a terror effect, isn't it? Let's reroll. Wow, really? A monster will appear now. And we will lock nothing. Holy crap. Let's try that again. With feeling. There we go. Woo, skin of our teeth. And a monster killer, which is convenient. Looks like no dialogues or midnight effects. Oh no. Okay, we can't get another companion because this midnight effect's gonna hit otherwise. So we've got to do that. We can't go looking for a companion. Well, there's our Peril 3. And there's our 3. That was easy enough, but we paid a price for it. I believe there are companions in the desert. So we will see. And here we go. Dr. Prattley has arrived in Cairo and is anxious to depart on your journey.
Prattley arrived as scheduled and was desperate to glimpse the artifact I carried with me. The sight of the trapezohedron threw the doctor into such a state of excitement that it bordered on hysteria. The jewel, he explained, would serve as a key to the inner sanctum of a tomb located somewhere in Dashur, about 40 kilometers south of Cairo. According to legend, the pharaoh Neferin-Ka was buried there over 4,000 years ago. Prattley is convinced that his research will lead us to the hidden tomb, where a wealth of knowledge and riches lie waiting for the one who holds the shining trapezohedron.
Alright. Now, the road to Dashur, there is now a lingering effect. Every midnight, this will change. No spell items may be used today. Lingering effects limit your usable inventory. The effect will change every midnight. Collect a total of 6 Elder Signs to locate the hidden entrance to Neferin-Ka's tomb. And we have another companion, the Hunter of the Sign, who looks like Riddick. First things first, though. We're going to eat some food to get our stamina back. And there's a midnight effect here. 2 perils, or 3 perils and 2 terrors. And if we lose, not only do we lose a health, but one of our companions dies as well. So that is no bueno. We need to get her some gear. Oh, that'll do. The desert caravan. Why are you not on a camel? In the desert of life, the wise travel by caravan, while the fool prefers to travel alone. So there's our peril. Now just need a lure and 3. There we go. Now Lola's got some gear. That's much better. Ooh. We got a yellow die lock, which is very bad for Bob. And Bob has no items of any account, does he? And he can't raise any of his stuff. Man, that's rough. Is there anything else easy that we can do? Well, we can get a clue and a trophy. City of the Pillars will give us an Elder Sign. That's good. The Punishing Sun will lose 2 health. And if we lose 2 health and don't roll that 3rd investigation, that kills Bob. And we don't want to kill Bob, do we? So I think we're going to hold off on that. I'll tell you what, Bob, you are just going to take a turn and relax. Now we have Leo. Who's after Leo? Okay, after Leo is Joe. So I think Leo's gonna do the punishing son here. We just need investigation and lots of it. He has a lot of red glyphs, so we're gonna use the Book of Daisnan. And just use all the investigation. We're gonna take a pummeling. Leo got lost in the desert. Didn't know any better. And, ooh, that's not good. Let's try that again. There we are. But he gained a yellow glyph out of it, so... could be worse. Next up is Cave In, and now Joe's got to take care of that midnight effect, post-haste. Come on, Joe. Burrower beneath. It rose from inconceivable depths. Inconceivable! A ferocity of undulating appendages and hideous teeth. It's like a sarlacc. We're going to be a bit generous, or a bit liberal here. And we're going to use both glyphs. Here's our 2 perils. Excellent. We need a Peril Terror, which that wild will give us. And now we just need a terror. Good job, Joe. And we get our first Elder Sign. And right before the midnight effect ended. Oh, you're kidding me. That is not fair. What's the midnight effect? Dark Pharaoh Mythos effect, Doom +1, no lingering effect today. That's good. Monsters showed up, and an additional Doom. Groovy. Well, that sucks, but that could have been worse. And what do we have here? Sugaron. From the darkness, I heard a strange, primitive music growing louder. It seemed to be coming from everywhere. Okay, sound kind of like tongue vampire. -3 health to fight, though. Do we have a monster killer spell? I think one of our guys does. Who had it? Okay, Leo does it. So Leo's going to head to the cave-in next. And the Shakota. A monster shows up and a clue, but we need to get rid of that Doom token. And... man. Let's give it a shot. That looks very unsanitary. It was a weeping, shouting mass of human faces set into a worm-like blob of hideous purple-veined sinew and flesh. Oh, we need 2... oh, okay, we have an item that we can do that. Let's turn that into a peril. Peril, peril, terror. And now the hardest part is done. Now we just need a peril. And we have enough to activate her ability. What was her ability? Refresh 1 green glyph that was used. For how many trophies? Was it 2? For 2 trophies. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's be a little bit liberal. Oh, we didn't have to, but that's fine. A monster shows up, which is unfortunate, but we gain a clue. And the midnight effect goes bye-bye. Oh, the monster showed up at both of those. Looks like Leo's gonna have his work cut out for him. Okay, Bob. You haven't done anything since we've entered the desert. I think it's time for you to earn your keep. Metaphysical forces... can spend 2 trophies to kill a monster. Oh, that's nifty. That's a lot of investigations and lores. Yeah, you're gonna do this easy one, Bob. Beyond the grave. This is not dead, which can eternal lie. That's from, Call of Cthulhu. No terrors, but we will hold on to that peril and hope for the best here. Now we just need a terror out of these 3. Excellent. There's our easy clue token. Ah, the voice of Thoth. At least we're getting all the midnight effects out of the way. A monster appears at midnight. That's not horrible. I think Joe can do that, no problem. But Leo's gonna come over here and deal with this cave-in. Oh, the red glyph's locked. Forgot about that. That's alright, though. First things first, we're going to go ahead and roll. And we're going to use our monster killer on the Sugaron. And we're going to kill... What are you? Cultist. From a distance he seemed like any other merchant, but looking into his eyes I saw nothing but hate and cruelty. Gonna take him out. Okay, groovy. Let's not use the red glyph for now. Let's see if we can take care of this right ourselves. We're gonna use the yellow glyph and we need a peril terror. Hey, look at that. Good job, Leo. And 2 common items and 3 trophies. And a red glyph. That's okay. Let's go into the voice of Thoth. Awesome undead mummy. The anguish of 1,000 years carried aloft on the desert wind. So, there's really no reason to use the yellow glyph since we have to roll primarily terrors. Ew, that's not good. Let's go ahead and start using our clues. Excellent. So we'll use our scroll, terror, and now we need 2 terrors out of a roll. And I really hope we don't have to use all of Joe's clues here, but we may have to. Oh, nope, just 2. That was better than I thought it'd be. For a sanity gainer and a red glyph. And we are at a very slow pace right now. We only have 1 elder sign. But this is a long campaign. One of the longest. Let's see what the midnight effect is. Doom +1, each investigator loses a random item. I hate that. And no spell items may be used today. Awesome! Good to know. Ooh, there's a yellow... Ugh, so many terrors. That's no bueno. Joe... Okay, Joe still has 2 clues. Joe's gonna have to be the one to deal with that. Lola, you have 1 clue. Let's start trying to get some elder signs. Let's do City of the Pillars. What's the failing? Doom token and a health. This was once a great coastal city, but when the seas receded, it was left in the depths of a desert and forgotten. Kind of like the lost city of Tanis from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Let's roll. Okay, there's our 1 investigation. Go ahead and use her ability to get that glyph back. There's our 4 investigation. And now we need a lore and investigation of 2. There we go. Good job, Lola. For an elder sign. Just need 4 more to start the next leg. And there's a guiding spirit, another companion. Hello, Bob. I hope you do something this turn to earn that condescending smirk. Gain ally. Spend 2 trophies to ignore lingering mythos effects. Oh, yes. Definitely, definitely. You are so getting done. What's Sandstorm? Advance the clock. Elder sign and unique item. You have 3. You are going to spend the clues from Dr. Prattley and get 2 common items. You need to buff up your inventory. Okay, Leo. We've got... Well, you are completely locked out of your stuff, so you're going to go here and take care of a guiding spirit. Try and recruit her to the cause. Nice Ankh medallion. Even after a brief conversation, I found her kindness and sincerity to be a ray of light amid this bleak mystery. So we need 2 lures and an investigation of 3. I like the lore, so let's keep the lore. Oh, that's not good. Let's try that again. There we go. That's good. And we have no spell lock or anything because our healing, our magic items are done. There we go. That cut it slightly close, but we gained another ally. And no midnight effect. That was my primary concern. And Joe, I hope you're willing to use those guns, because we're gonna need them. Skinweed. And what was the monster? Skinless one. I stood transfixed, staring into the thing's third eye, set in its repugnant red forehead. Salubri gone bad. It's a Vampire the Masquerade reference. Ew. It is quite painless, I assure you. You are curious? Hell no. So, terrors, and lots of them. And of course we get no terrors. Let's try that again, with feeling. You're kidding me. Use his special ability. Wow. That's special. We're going to go ahead and take that one out. And I'm going to use the yellow glyph, believe it or not, for no other reason than we need to throw away a glyph if we need to. Okay, so we have 1 terror. We're going to use... Oh, wow. Joe has a lot of trophies. We're going to use our buddy Randall here. And reroll. And nothing. So let's lock. Oh, there's another one and we can't use it. Dang it, man. So now we gotta roll perfect terrors here, which I really doubt's about to happen. And of course not. So 2 sanity for Joe. And now it's up to Lola. And we'll see what our midnight effect is. We had nothing out on the board, so that was good. No Mythos effect, and no unique items may be used today. So that could have been far, far worse. But we're not even halfway through the desert, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go end the episode here. This is hopefully going to be just a 2-parter. Hope you're enjoying it so far. This is hard. I don't know if it's the same difficulty level as Cthulhu, but as you can see, it's pretty in-depth and a long climb. But if you liked the video, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. That'd be a big help, and we'll catch you next time. Later days, everyone.